Do you see the screen? Good evening again, everyone.
Yeah.
You know me quite well. I'm serving as your Global Action Team Area Leader for E, and together with my colleague PDG Mirela Grigorovici, Area Leader for F, we are happy to welcome you to this meeting of the Global Membership Approach. We are here today to learn and to discuss how we can build our action plan. The material is quite long, and I did my best to give you only the most important tonight. And thank you in advance for being short and to the point in your comments or discussions as we may have later on. We know each other well already. Please let's hear from any newcomers that maybe join us this webinar for the first time. I saw PDG Eva Helka from Poland is with us. She is serving this year as GST, right?
Yes.
So probably Eva will be part of her district team next year. And we are happy to have her with us also. I want to ask you, did you succeed to review the online courses in the Learning Center about the action planning and succession planning? Has anyone found the time for this? And did someone organize already any GMA workshops or meetings in your districts? Maybe you haven't had the time, but just speak and mute yourself if you want to show up and to tell us if you have already organized any meetings with your incoming team about action planning or doing your SWOT analysis in the district. Maybe you are still shy, and I hope you will do so if you haven't started.
You have the microphones muted. Vlado, I saw you were talking. Now you are online.
Okay, so we move ahead. If you want to speak, just unmute yourself and take the floor. So today's meeting is basically the third part of the Train the Trainers webinars on the global membership approach. The slides that you are seeing are also the slides that you will be using when you lead this Build a Plan workshop with your global action teams and zone chairs and club presidents in your districts. So I'm going to train you how to conduct this training in your districts. On the slide, you see the agenda for the Build a Plan workshop. You can start with a review of the district SWOT analysis that you have completed, hopefully, together. Next, you will spend time on action planning, both a review of how to build an action plan as well as brainstorming actual steps that you have to implement in your district's action plans. And finally, you will make sure that everyone knows about the resources that are available to help you with each action planning step. At the end, you will plan your next steps. To underline again, the global membership approach is not a structure, it is a process that has to be implemented by the district GAT team together with the district governor all the way down to the club level. For your training today, we are on the third step, build a plan. We have done previously build a team, and I hope that you have already selected your teams and together you have started creating your vision for the next year. You can ask the same process steps to be completed by your zone chairs in order to be able to create your detailed action plans on club and zone levels. It is time to build our plan for our districts And with that plan, we will move forward to building our success. You know that growing membership is the primary goal of the global membership approach, and why we need to grow membership. Because more membership means more lions who will join us on the service journey. And with more hands, heads, and hearts, we can achieve a lot more and grow our impact and benefits of being lions. At the conclusion of the Build a Vision workshop, everyone was asked to share the details of the district analysis with the clubs in your districts as a way to generate support for the vision and to receive their feedback. You must prepare the next several slides prior to your local Build a Plan workshop. You will include the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats captured during your Build a Vision workshop. You should also reflect on how to make connections between the district analysis and the action plans that your district teams will create. As noted in the next several slides, you should prepare several examples of how to put into consideration the district analysis details and implement them in your action plans. So let's start the district analysis exercise with few examples for strengths. I'm sure that you can add more to those that I have listed here when you analyze your district. Does someone want to name a few other strengths in addition to what I have put here as an example? Just mention a strength in your district if it is missing on the slide. Or think of such a strength that you may have. It is, let's take those examples then, and maybe you will be later on able to do this SWOT analysis with your team and to create, to think of more strengths that you have in the district. Now, let's dive a bit deeper. Once you have selected and identified your strengths, you have to think which of these strengths we can leverage when building our plan for membership growth, and how those strengths can be used to add actions to your plan. I can give you an example. If you use very well social media to promote services and membership, this is the last example on the slide, maybe you can add to your action plan the steps to build a marketing plan and to apply for public relations grant to cover advertising expenses. Or if your trainings in the district are among your strengths, then probably you can set an action for the GLT district coordinator to offer orientation training for new members and new clubs. I'm sure you can think of more once you sit down with your teams and discuss your strengths and which kind of actions you can use from those strengths. Here are a few examples of weaknesses that maybe we have identified in our districts. And as you remember from the SWOT analysis, the weaknesses are also within our district's control. So I'm sure you can think of other weaknesses probably in your districts. If you want to mention something, feel free to speak. Do you have any other relevant weaknesses? Probably you have. And what key improvements can we build into our plans in order to ensure that these weaknesses turn into strengths, or we can plan accordingly? so that we can use those weaknesses to transfer them into strengths. One example can be the GMT district coordinator to contact zone chairpersons and request their help for conducting a membership satisfaction survey with all clubs in their zone. This is if we feel our member satisfaction and retention are a weakness. Then zone chairpersons can work with club membership chairpersons to implement action plans to improve member satisfaction at the club level. Here we have examples of some identified opportunities that are outside of our district control. I hope you will agree that war and natural disasters can be as much opportunity as they are threats, because they increase the need for service and improve the collection of LCIF funds, and therefore they improve our capacity to serve. What opportunities can we take advantage of? This should be your main question. And how can we leverage these opportunities to increase membership growth by implementing such actions into our plans? For example, you can plan meetings with your young people or other NGOs that are active in your area. And if they are, for example, involved in protecting the nature, and you can probably discuss specialty clubs opportunities. Another action for your plan could be to approach university centers and look for campus clubs opportunities in your area. Lastly, we have a few identified examples for threats on the slide. You are, of course, free to add to the list, but how can we avoid these threats to reduce their impact or turn them into opportunities? Again, you can think of threats that you have in your districts. And one example can be digitalizing of communication. We know it is a threat to elder lions, but it can be a good opportunity to attract younger members and engage them with suitable tasks. So you can put some action plans in this direction. Then after going through those examples, now this is the moment for you to review your district's mission 1.5 targets from the Build a Vision workshop. Revisiting this after your participants have obtained feedback from clubs in the district will help you to strengthen the support of your targets and plans. Remember that your membership growth targets for the coming year are established already, but your district team may discuss and may decide to plan to go above those goals. It is up to you. But the minimums are already set. And here I have prepared this slide for all of you to take a look at the Mission 1.5 targets that are established for the countries in area 4E and 4F for the coming Lions year. You can see the targets for new clubs in the first column, new members in the second column. Have in mind that those are members added to existing clubs without the charter members. And the last column is the net gain target. If you scan the QR code here, it will take you to the link on the website where all district targets for Mission 1.5 are uploaded by constitutional areas. And there you have to search for constitutional area 4, which is Europe. Later on, I will put into the chat those links again for you, and you will be able to access them. Now, please, I want you to move a little bit. Who is willing to read this sentence from the slide? Sandu, please help me to read what Indira Gandhi has said.
Okay. Have a bias toward action. Let's see something happen now. You can break that big plan into small steps and take the first step right away.
Thank you so much, Sandu. Our established targets will take a lot of planning with many steps along the way, but every step we take will bring us much closer to our success. Therefore, every step completed should be celebrated, no matter how small is the task. Next, let's take a moment to review all the elements of a strong action plan. Here you see the primary resource that you will use to create an action plan for each of the membership goals that are established. To better understand this resource, we will go into each section and I will explain where to put what. First, we have the area of focus section, which provides the working group with the clear direction on the overall objective that your goal statement is referring to. District teams will have the opportunity to use the action plan template to complete their district goals, where you find service activities, membership development, leadership development, LCIF, and custom goal, which is an option for you if you want to use it. For the GMA, all of our action plans will only focus on membership development. Next, we have the goal statement, where you will indicate what the district intends to accomplish. For membership development, you will use each Mission 1.5 target, relatively new clubs, new members, and net gain, in order to form a SMART goal statement. Each goal will have a number of action steps which indicate how your working group will complete those goals. Every step of the process, from setting up a meeting to conducting training sessions in preparation for a certain event, should be listed here in order to celebrate your small successes during the way. Each action step should list who will be primarily responsible for overseeing the action that is taken, and this ensures accountability and helps to resolve any questions of who should be completing each task. Required resources indicate what items, what funding, or people will be needed to complete each task. The date to begin indicates when planning for the action will start. The due date is when the task will be completed, and you should also include time for follow-up. The assessment and alterations segments that are below will not be completed when you initially create your action plan, but should complete them throughout the year. In the assessment segment, you will indicate any action or feedback that is received, which can impact the overall timeline or actions that are needed to complete the listed goal. So here you use them if you make any changes. On the other hand, the alteration section is based on the assessment and what modifications or changes to the plan you are willing, you need to do in order to achieve the goal. During the year until December, you will be able to update your action plans and to change them. We will now run through a few examples of some action steps that can be used in a plan for each one of the focus areas in order to help you to better understand how to complete an action plan. But before we do you have any questions on this action plan template? Let's go to the examples and you will ask if you more information. The next slides will be an opportunity to first practice action planning by reviewing and discussing several sample goals and action plans. As we saw just now from the review of the template, the action planning is very detailed activity and each step is important for our success. I can assure you that this action planning becomes easier with practice. The more you practice, the more easy it becomes for you. And this is a technology that you can also use in your business or in any other endeavors. So let's start with the sample for action plan about building new clubs. As a reminder, this is just the start of an action plan. Your completed action plan can be much longer than this one. This is just the start. And it is very important when creating your plans to use the findings of your district SWOT analysis. For this example, which you can also share with your district team, we have the goal statement which says by the end of this lion year, our team will charter an additional one new club with at least 20 charter members. You probably noticed that each action step means a verb, and it should say what you are going to do: to create, to select, to choose, to promote. And when you make your plans, remember to be specific when creating the action step, because it will only help you it will help your working group to track and monitor what has been already completed and what is not yet finished. You will also notice that there can be a variety of other steps, because it will only there can be a variety of other steps needed to complete this goal, because this is only an example. What probably might need to occur before promoting a new club on social media? Maybe we have to determine the process for the new prospective members, how we will communicate with them after they have responded to our social media advertisement, for example. Another example is if your district wants to create a university campus club, you have to fix in your plan how will you work with the university administration to promote the club to faculty and students. Do you need to plan a meeting, or do you need to set up a booth, or to print some flyers? This is a good example of how to incorporate our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats as well. Going back to social media, our district social media presence could be very good, or on the other hand, we may need help with creating social media posts, because we may be not so well with digital technologies. If social media is our strength, then we can use it as our primary delivery method. While if it is our weakness, we can use it, we may need to add an extra step to learn more of best practices of creating social media posts in order to convert this weakness into strength. The possibilities are numerous, and every idea how to accomplish the goal can work, as long as there are enough action steps to support it. Let's review another sample of started action plan for focus area 2, which is new members. For this example, we have the goal statement. By the end of this line here, our clubs will induct additional 10 new members into existing clubs. Take a look at these action steps that are listed. You will probably find that outside of containing the action verbs, each action description is very short with a maximum of 2 sentences. Even with short sentences, it is important to provide specifics where it is possible. Also, you will notice that there is an action step for how to write an elevator speech. This is highlighted because it is very important step that would benefit all lions to learn how they can communicate and easily explain to potential members what being a lion means to them. Moving forward, let's take a look at another example of a started action plan for focus area 3, which is member satisfaction. For this example, we have the statement, by the end of this line year, our district will increase our net gain goal by 3 members. Again, this is only an example. You can create your own goals. Just be specific. Let's take a look at this action plan. Specifically, see the dates that are listed, because we have to remember that the date ranges should include the preparatory work and also the follow-up which is involved, not just the period when the action is implemented. Lastly, we will review an example of an action plan for focus area 4, which is leader support. Leader support comes after the other 3 focus areas being put into action plans. Then a goal for how the leaders will support the other efforts can be identified and your action plan to be developed. For this example, the goal statement is during this line here, our district will hold quarterly webinars to support club success, such as improving member engagement or social media use. I hope after seeing those sample action plans for the different focus areas, you should be more confident when building your district plans. Do you have any questions how you will document your actions in the future? This is the template. Those were the examples, and your task is to create your own action plans with your team after you are doing your SWOT analysis. Again, after your team creates the separate action plans for each of the focus areas, you should create your action plan summary. This slide summarizes the work to be achieved during your district breakout sessions or group meetings. It also helps everyone to be able to see the big picture that you are building for the district. Why do we need this summary? In order to better follow what's happening. It is like a kind of calendar for your clubs, zones, and district teams, and you can make it either on papers or digital as you prefer. We are all looking for innovative ideas to grow membership. So when any of our teams suggests an idea, all of us must be supportive. Remember what our past international president, Brian Sheehan, was saying, to think out of the box, challenge your team to be creative and to try new ways. because any crazy idea can be helpful to spark and to grow your membership. So give it an applause and use it for your team to be more efficient. Think of any creative ideas, and once you have this list of ideas, pick the ones that have the highest potential. Then consider if they can be combined or improved and make sure that everyone has input. So how to work practically with your team? These are the instructions for the breakout sessions to begin drafting your action plans. When you do your trainings in the district, you should break out your team members into those 4 groups. Each group should discuss and create a list of possible actions before choosing the best 2 or 3 ideas and adding date ranges and details. Ask each group's spokesperson to share their ideas. And finally, as a team, you can finalize your list of actions. Do you have any questions about this activity that you are supposed to do in your district? Maybe you will have some difficulties to organize it or to face any challenges with people who are not willing to support you or to find a way to encourage participation. But I'm sure that as a team, you will go through this and you will find your way for your district to sit down as a group and to plan your action steps. Again, a nice saying, unless commitment is made, there are only promises and hopes, but no plans. Peter Drucker was one of the famous gurus in business management, educator and author. What does this mean to us? What is he trying to say? Any suggestions? How do you understand this saying?
It's clear. If you only dream and take no action, there will be no result.
Exactly. Thank you, Vlado. So we can talk a lot, but if until we are not doing something, then we will not see any result. This is the moment for you to list the names, to review, and to possibly revise the district level working group structure that you have established during your Build a Team workshop in the context of your action plans. Revisiting this after the action planning is important to ensure that each task has the appropriate person assigned to it. You may need to add another more experienced member to any of the focus areas groups, or to move a member to a different group where he might be more efficient. You should make sure to have the right person into the right job. I'm telling now to you, but you should convey this message and make it clear also to your district teams that even if you will lead as the district governors next year, together with us, we have a whole bunch of lions who are available to support us in achieving our plans and goals. We have our global action team with district area and constitutional area leaders. We can always call our LCI global action team staff who can connect us with additional LCI resources. In our areas, we don't have yet past international presidents, but we have directors. We are happy that acting international director Lorena Hus is with us tonight. And we have a lot of past district governors with their valuable experience. Remember that our PDGs are also our Global Action Team ambassadors, and their experience may be essential in guiding, for example, your focus area groups if you decide to use them as leading those teams. What about any existing committees that already are created in your district, like New Voices or Young Lions Task Force or any other committees that you may have in the district? Use them. And we are going through the same process as other districts around us. So you can always share concerns and discuss solutions with other DGs from your areas or from your seminar groups. Don't forget your zone and region chairpersons and certified guiding lions, because we can utilize them to support our clubs and maximize our trainings. Lastly, keep in mind our club leadership and members, because with their help and input, we can impact change for many years to come. So remember that we are not alone on this journey. We are together, and we are all accountable and responsible for ensuring to reach success. Here are some resources available on the next several slides, which you can use in preparation for a similar review with the members of your district. Following this review, you will lead another breakout activity to be able to identify leaders and resources for each region, for each action step. Be prepared to recommend those resources for the action steps that your working groups will identify. We also have a number of resources to help us revitalizing our clubs with new members. You can check out the existing materials like Just Ask Guide and new materials like the membership benefits flyer. After our meeting tonight, we will share with you this PowerPoint. It is also available on the website, so that you can click on each of the links and it will take you directly to each of those resources. I know that it is a challenge with the language in some of our districts. It may be needed to translate some of those resources. You can ask also myself for help, because I'm using a computer software translator program. So we can help each other if we need to translate something. There are a lot of different aspects to membership satisfaction. The service resources here on the slide can help ensure our members are engaged in meaningful service activities, but we also need to pay attention to the good fellowship in our clubs. Has any one of you used any of those resources or tools? Or if you are interested in anything specific, just ask or mention something. Sometimes they are a lot more than we can read or use, but it is good to know that we have material available. Sorry. The fourth focus area is leader support, and some of our actions will take advantage of these resources. You know the Lions Learning Center, it is full of resources and training materials. There are a lot of materials for club officers, for zone and region chairpersons, and you can use all of them. Communication will be the key of all of our initiatives, and we have a number of marketing resources at our fingertips. We all know that some of our initiatives are not are costing money in addition to time needed. And when we are putting the price tag on our actions, we should keep in mind that there is funding available from Alliance International and from LCIF for many types of initiatives. You can, of course, some of you have used already the membership development grant. The New Voices grant is also available. Marketing grant program is also a very good tool that can help you grow membership. We all use the leadership development grants for our trainings, RLLI, ELLI, or zone chairperson trainings, and of course all the LCIF grants coming to help the service of our districts and clubs. Next, after you have identified your actions and timings, and we saw many available resources and options for funding, your next steps will be to identify leaders and the resources that will be needed when you are drafting your action plans. Organize into 4 groups your team, one for each area of focus. You have to add the leaders for each group to describe the resources and the budget needed for each of the action steps. Then you should share the ideas of the groups and together to finalize your action plan. Do you have questions about this activity? No questions? And you can use again this slide to capture the notes from each of your breakout groups discussion. After you divide into 4 groups, and each group has marked their own action steps, dates, leaders, resources needed, budgets, etc. You can prepare everything to keep it in hand and to be able to track and to follow up during the year. So concluding our session, before giving you the floor to ask questions and to speak, I would like to remind you the next steps. Make sure to meet with your working group in the district to complete your action plans for the established Mission 1.5 goals. Share your plans for feedback from your district and club leaders before submitting them as part of your district goals. The deadline to submit your district goals with your action plans is the last day of April, April 30. Together with your GET and GMT coordinators for the district, those are the 2 positions that will help you to start new clubs and to grow membership in existing clubs. Also with your colleagues from our area and other European countries, you will be able to update and to refine and finalize your action plans during the Mission 1.5 Summit in Frankfurt, which is planned from 13th to 15th of June. So we again ask you to report your Global Action Team coordinators in Lion Portal, especially the GMT and GET coordinators, in order to make sure that they will be able to receive the communications that will come soon regarding this summit. Usually Alliance International is covering the costs for the summit. It was the same last year, so don't worry about travel accommodations and hotels. Everything will be arranged. Only keep this date free for the traveling to the summit. And Next, if you need more help with creating your action plans, you can check the sample action plan booklet on the district goals web page. And also, if you haven't already, you can review the online courses on goal setting, action planning to achieve district goals, and succession planning on Alliance Learning Center. Then our next global membership webinar on global membership approach, the next session, Build Success, will be on April 16, again from 6 p.m. in the evening, Central European Time. And it will be led by my colleague, PDG Mirela Grigorovici. And later on, as usual, we will send you by email the meeting details as we get closer. And now let's discuss if you have any questions. I am closing the screen, stop sharing, and we can just have a discussion, and you can put any questions so that we can reply to you. Anyone willing to speak or to say something or to complain or to share success?
Anelia, can I ask something?
Sure, Lorena.
You showed a slide with the goals which are established for all districts. Who
Yes.
established them?
The executive leadership. Executive, this means the international presidents, vice presidents. There is a committee working on Mission 1.5.
Because I saw very high numbers for Slovenia, but I saw for undistrict areas no new clubs. Bosnia, Montenegro, no new clubs accepted.
For the undistricted countries, it is a different situation. For them, they don't put any goals for new clubs, only for new members. So the targets for new clubs are a little bit higher this year, the coming year, because they want us to achieve more and better. You are right that they are higher than before. And what we know is that the targets are established based on the results of the previous 5 years. If you go to insights in the website, there are statistics for the results in the previous 5 years. But for the next year, to motivate us to achieve more, the targets are a little bit higher than we expected. And we as area leaders are doing our best.
Mirela.
I am doing like this, Lorena.
We are shaking head like Indians.
Yes. Maybe I will let Sandu to speak about District 1 to 4 Romania. Sandu, if you want to say it.
You know, I understand that we have a historical target which we have to do the same with what's happening in the last 4 or 5 years. But for Romania and for Republic of Moldova, which is near us, we are very close to them, and we are very interested with developing alliance in the Republic of Moldova. There are some targets very, very high. So for Romania, for our single district, we have 5 clubs and 240 new members, I think, and 100 the growth of new members. We'll try to do this. We'll try, but we couldn't promise this targets. Most of these targets, the problem is not only for Romania. But for Moldova, we try to connect some people there. We have a connection for making a club there, but for making 3 clubs in 1 year, I don't think that will be possible. We'll see.
Maybe 3 branch club.
Branches, it's another target.
Yes, I know it's not the target, but I think in our countries, Croatia, Romania, Slovenia, we can just speak about branch clubs in future, maybe 1 club a year, but we must establish branch in the cities where the clubs are very old for the future.
You know, we are very optimistic because we've made with my gut team, we made a program which is named 2.0, something like 1.5. We want to make 2.0. Let me explain. We have 1,700 members in Romania now, and I try for this year, when I'm first vice district governor, and for the next year, when I will be district governor, I hope, we shall make 2,000 members in our single district. And if some of the chief of this organization will help us, maybe we can do a multiple district, the first multiple district in this area. I'm optimistic, but we'll see. We'll see if we can do this.
But what is the plus of multiple district? What is the plus of multiple districts in our countries?
The plus will be 300.
No, what we will gain with that? What is good in
the problem
have
is,
multiple
theoretically, we have to be 2,500 for 2 districts, for a multiple district, theoretically. But
no, I'm not asking that. I know that, but I'm asking what will be the benefit for our countries to have multiple districts.
The benefit will be that our country is too large for a single district.
Maybe
it's very difficult for one governor to see 84 clubs in 1 year.
Yes, okay, I understand. Romania is bigger, much bigger than Slovenia.
Make half and half for 40, 50 clubs in each district, it will be much more easier.
Also, there are some funding that are higher for multiple districts.
Yes, I know.
Like, this could be sometimes an issue, but not always. Anyway, it is we requested as area leaders also the undistricted countries to have goals for new clubs, because some of them are doing new clubs. This year, for example, Kosovo did 2 new clubs, but somehow the goals are based on historical results, and we will see. Hopefully, with
we began
actions.
We began this these goals for us. I hope in 1 month, maybe more than 1 month, to make a specialty club, which is the future of our organization, with 30 doctors. We wanted to make only with ophthalmologists because it's better ophthalmologists. There are too much 20 ophthalmologists, but we have 12 ophthalmologists and 18 or 20 doctors of other specialties. So if we begin with 30 persons with a specialty club, I think it's a good beginning.
And if I can add something to what Sandu said, Lorena, in an area it is area 4F, for example, our area, District 1 to 4, has its own targets higher than the other 3 districts in the area together. They are higher, but the awards are the same. And you put a district governor from such a district to work only on membership, but his or she's tasks are not only the membership as a district governor. You need to do service, you need to do leadership, but to reach these targets, which are very high, this means that you will only for the membership, and it is a lot of pressure on this issue, and actually your members they could not be engaged in other areas of activities in the district, and it is not very, very good for the district. This is my opinion, but you see, we have the 2 years experience of Mission 1.5. We are working and we are preparing the next year. We will do our best and we will see. And for the undistricted countries, 3 new clubs in a country with 2.5 million people, 3 new clubs in 1 year, from my opinion, it is impossible. If we will make one new club, it will be very good. My position and Anelia's also, that we don't believe in clubs which are growing 5-6 new clubs in 1 month.
On paper, so to say.
On paper in the same city. They do not exist. So we need to talk about these topics.
Let's remember of Macedonia.
Yes, of course, because it is like a balloon. It's growing, and it will blow up. So we need to.
It makes no use to create new clubs and after 1 year to cancel them. It is important to have a stable growth of net membership.
Exactly.
To retain the members, because if we are thinking just on the new clubs and new members, then we cannot retain the members and to think that the club must work very good.
Yes, because
the satisfaction must be good.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not in position to talk against.
Now, as we have you,
but I'm happy that I'm not in membership division, that I'm in just technology.
Yes, and we need also to discuss, if we make this lot of clubs in 1 year, it will be difficult for the next governor to keep these new clubs very active and not to disband in his year, and to make the district goals and targets very, very difficult to reach.
Vlado, I think that Vlado wants to say something.
Vlado wants to take.
I think that everything is possible, but for change we have to change thinking and acting. So we have a lot of resources to do something. We have to act different as now. I'm very sorry I have to go, and I'm allowed to go.
Yes, sure. So
thank you.
Thank you for participating, and if you have any other questions, we can still stay for a few minutes.
Thank you. Greetings to all. Bye.
Thank you. Good luck. Okay, so do we have anything else to discuss and to reply?
Marinella, vote in Croatia.
I can stop the recording officially, and then we can continue with unofficial discussions if you want.